As we move to Stacia and Nate, and I gotta say, man, they are really an attractive couple. These two, they look good together.
Yeah.
They look good. They're showing even in the previews of upcoming episodes that they have this chemistry. You know it's gonna explode at some point. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to happen, he almost put his foot in his mouth early on as they're sitting down after the wedding and talking about the age range thing. Because I thought it was interesting when he's like, did you specifically ask for a younger guy? And she was like, no. And then, the whole thing about, what did you ask for?
Yeah.
And he wanted everybody younger than her. And she's like, so I wasn't even in the equation. Nah, you were nowhere in the equation.
Yeah. He was like, you would have been out. But I think kudos to Pastor Troy for telling him, if you want this independent boss lady, who at 27 is doing that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And not to say that there aren't any 27-year-old women.
Stacia probably was.
That are doing that. But I mean, who's 27 right there in San Diego in your geography, in your radius, that fits that category? So it doesn't hurt to go a little bit up, especially if he's mature. Right. So I thought that was good. I didn't get all the questions. Nate and his boys, so what are y'all going to do? And Stacia and her friends, so are y'all going to have sex? You got to do this? Like, who does that?
There's no way that at any point, any of my groomsmen are going to ask that kind of question. Why? Because the only answer is, that's it. Why are you asking about that? Now, if it's a chick who picked up at the club, yeah, ask all the questions you want. Because that one, we just, knees to your elbows and ankles to your earlobes. That's all that is. But, but you talk about your wife? No, you don't ask those kind of questions. That's none of your goddamn business. And it shouldn't be. You shouldn't even want to know that. You don't want that image in your head.
Yeah, but I mean, if they chose to do it tonight, great. If you don't, great. Now, you've heard me say this since the first time you dragged me into this shit show. Of a reality show is, why wouldn't you consummate the marriage on night one? No other dudes proposed to you before. This dude did. He didn't even know you.
Right.
So he made the biggest commitment he could make than any guy you've ever dated and any girl you've ever been with. So why not sleep together?
Fact.
Get it over with.
Yeah. No, that's that. And I understand that. But then at the same time, you have to understand this is still a stranger. Why get through this uncomfortable thing? But then again, I mean, that's pretty much what happens at the club. But this is a little different because this is about more than that. This is about longevity.
Okay, at the club, you can hook up and sleep with a stranger. Mm-hmm. There's no legal binding court documents. There's no process you have to go through to get out of that one night stand. It's just when they leave.
That's why it's easy.
Hey, this has been great. Pull a Justin. High five. Hey, girl. This has been great. But. Whatever. Now, what I can't wait for, because I believe this, I can't wait for it to come out that Nate and Megan has hooked up because Megan was super goo-goo-eyed. And did you see Stacia with I call them just the black girl eyes where she's just like, I'm going to choke you in a little bit. I'm just waiting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just waiting.
Stacia does not trust Megan at all. Look, she didn't take her eyes off her at all. Even when she was talking to Nate, like, yeah. So, less game nights?
Yeah.
She
game
would
nights.
not
yeah, you're in trouble. Oh, game nights. Oh, hiking and sunsets. Oh, okay. Sure. Well, why
and
are you
then Megan
so
gets
emotional?
all emotional?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why are you so emotional? I'm just so happy because, he's my friend. And I'm like, Nate, you hit that, didn't you? You had to.
And they just weren't a fit. And she couldn't take him home. Because he's he may be mixed, but he's still too mixed for her to take home. So that wasn't going to happen. Because you're not that emotional about somebody you met a year ago. Unless there's a reason for there to be emotion like that.
Yeah, I mean, they could be really close friends, and that's all it ever was. Is that possible? Yes. Mm-hmm. From what I've seen of Nate, I doubt it. So it could be they're just platonic friends. He helped her get to know some folks. Totally possible. But yet, I would put my money on at least once. Put
it like this. You and I are no experts on reading women's body language and saying that, or women's emotions to be able to say like, well, she was emotional because of this. But what we are is men. Mm-hmm. And we saw how nervous that mother looked
Yeah.
when she was sitting there starting to cut up. He like, girl, shut up. You will get us both killed.
You just stop it. You just stop it. And the way that if you think about body language, there's this book called Super Flirt. Highly recommend anybody check it out. But it talks about body language between men and women. And it shows kind of how men, like when we see someone we want, our feet are angled or pointed at that person. So if you go to a bar, there's two girls standing at the bar, sitting at the bar. The guy's going to walk up. His feet are pointing to the one that he's interested in. If a girl likes him, she'll turn and open up her seat and face the guy.
Right.
And that shows that she's interested. If she just sits there and she's like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name is Susie. She don't like you. Right? It's a cool book. You learn a lot. I'm watching
Is it the same
Megan's
as the
body
cross
language.
legs too, the open body lane? And, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm watching Megan's body language and she's just so and looking into Nate. It's not like you can tell there's some type of connection there, in my opinion. Again, they could have hooked up once, decided, hey, that was weird. Let's just be friends. Totally fine. But I think Stacia is going to be very skeptical of Megan. She's going to make Megan one of the mini pies from the Help.
No, this is your pie, Megan.
This is your pie.
Since we're family.
Yeah, just want to thank you for welcoming me into the family. And, oh, you're going hiking with the sunset? Here, why don't you take this? It's great.
Bean pie, my sister.
Make me spit out my water.